new to this channel, and if you are, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much indeed for stopping by. Thank you very much indeed for clicking. Today, I got my friend Chooye. He's a gentleman, a day trader from Zambia. So thank you, Chooye, for coming on board to the channel today to talk to our viewers. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much, Vincent. It's a pleasure for me to be with you on this amazing channel that you have built so long with effort and everything that you have put in. So I'm a forex trader, stock trader, and an investor from Zambia who has been trading in various stock markets for a period of time, and I'm sure as well you have been trading.
Yes, I do trade, but really I'm an investor. I invest in stock markets here in UK. I invest in abroad, so in various platforms. So I really want to hear your perspective. How are you getting on? How are you finding, or how do you manage to trade various stock? How do you go about making $1,000 just trying to find out how are you getting on them. But also I will come in terms of my aspect. I'm a value investor, so how are you getting on? How do you do with your investing?
Myself,
yeah,
I'm a marginal trader, so I'm a day trader. I look at just changes in the market, so I profit in changes in the market. So it's really been hard for me as someone who is from Africa to trade because we are not really exposed into these markets and we don't really have better platforms.
Right.
In Zambia, we have the stock market, which is Lusaka stock market, but it's very hard to buy those stocks unless you have good amount of money, which may be $10,000, $15,000 and above, or maybe $100,000, which is as a retailer, it's quite impossible. But I have been at least blessed for me to learn about ETORO, so I was able to trade through ETORO, and I have managed to trade on that platform without any problems. What platform have you been using there in the UK?
Obviously, here in UK, you have so many platforms. It's easy here. Once you're a UK citizen or once you're a resident of UK, you can invest. Myself, I use ETORO, I use Vanguard as well. I also use Charles Direct. So all these platforms, what you need to do in terms of you to start investing or trading, you need to register your details with the platform you are using. Used to register your detail with the stock brokerage firm. So Vanguard is pretty much the same platform like ETORO. So you just need to provide your details, provide your proof of address, provide your means of identification, and also means of showing where the money is coming from. That you're not getting the money from illegal means, that you are showing that you are getting their money genuinely here in UK. Then once you register, apply online and send your verification, then you can actually invest with little amounts of money. You can invest for £10 here, £20, or it really depends. The restriction is not here in UK much compared to Africa. The other way around, also in Nigeria, you can also using various platforms. I'm using various stock brokerage firm to invest in Nigerian stock market, because but the only thing is, with the Nigerian stock market, you just need to invest within the locality, within the company, within the Nigerian stock market. But with the ETORO here, it give you a platform to invest elsewhere abroad. But Nigerian stock market is only giving you the platform to invest within Nigerian stock market. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. It's the same thing here in Zambia. So if you are trading with the Lusaka stock market, you can only purchase stocks that are based in Zambia, and it's not even easy to acquire those stocks. It's a very long process. You have to pay lawyers to do the paperwork. You have to pay middlemen to execute the trades for you, which is something that is and you cannot trade on short term. You can only invest. That's why some of us, like myself, I can't be involved at this moment in the Lusaka stock market because it's only for investors, not traders.
Yes.
For me, I'm a trader, someone who just buys and sells, not someone who's looking for dividends or anything.
Well, myself, I look for a long-term perspective, an investor, basically. I don't really, I want to ask you, but before I go telling you how I invest, how do you, manage to, in terms of the difficulties you have, are you able to make an income or some income by day trading? Do you get substantial income or it varies? Do you prefer day trading? Looking at because also there's opportunity for someone to be an investor. Which one do you prefer?
Currently, I would go for investment if I had a lot of money to invest in. Because if right now, if I was to invest, let's say $2,000, and I look into dividends, maybe in a month I'm only making less than $50 in a month, and I'm looking at a way I'm still young, I can still take risks. So at this moment I still prefer trading because I can put in $1,000 in the market, and within a day I can make a profit of at least $20 or $30 or $50, and accumulatively maybe in a month I can make more than $800, which is way better. But it's not always consistent. There are bad days when we have the market crashing very hard,
and you lose.
Yes. Which is
which is the. Can you hear me?
Yes. Which is something that is something that draws us very, very much. Like the previous week, you saw what had happened to Afghanistan.
Yes.
So I had bought some stocks in one of the USA-based companies, and I had bought their penny stocks, which only cost about $1 somewhere there. I had bought, they were selling at $1. By the time there was a Afghanistan crisis there, it clashed to about only selling about 0.75, which meant I had lost about 25% of it. But as a trader, you don't just have to say, okay, I have lost, and I have to look for the way to gain that money. You have to first have a plan again on where you are supposed to execute and make a profit. It's something that you do consistently.
Yes.
Yes.
But also, my experience as an investor is like a stock market or trading goes with the news. Where there's a volatility in the market, where there's an issue or where there's a volatility, where there's a news in the market, stock market react to it. And the way they react to it, they can react to it in a negative way. But if you're an investor, who you can put more money into the market. This is the way I just want to share ideas, without mind telling you the way I do it. The way I go with investing is really about investing in dividend paying stock. I like to invest, in the long run, because investing, like a day trader like you do, it's good to take risks when you are still young. But myself, I'm an old man with family, so it's really about also trying to understand the type of risk that you can take. So I invest in the long run, but also I invest in a product or company that I know, that I'm using on daily basis. So I invest in a dividend paying stock. But also the way I do it here is really about if there's I map out some certain of my income on monthly basis. I invest through index fund. Index fund is pretty much like S&P 500, where you have like about 500 US company. So you put money in this with this Vanguard or ETORO, then they buy you like they buy you like from S&P 500, they buy you like It's the way it works is like a, like here we call it FTSE 100. It's the 100 UK company. So you put money,
Yes,
they buy you some fraction of it. So you do this all the time. This is the way I invest.
I have also been involved in trading like that. I have traded in the USA it's called US State,
yes.
And the UK is called UK 100.
Yes, FTSE 100. Yes.
Yes. So I have been involved in trading those, but well, when I look, I'm not really sure. I'm sure you have more experience on long-term trade. Like, let's say from your investment, let's say your investment portfolio, let's say on a quarterly basis. I don't know how your stocks give. Like on a quarterly basis, let's say with leverage to how much you invest in. What's usually the return on investment by estimation that you do make?
I think it really depends, but the stock market, average sometimes, depend on how many years, because there's so many things you need to look in, you need to put into mind also, and so many things you need to think about. Every day ensure that investing in stock market, you can get about between 7.8% or between 7%, minimum, but that is a long time, so it really depends, sometimes, this is, from what is sharing, just the minimum you can get, so it depends. Sometimes you get 8%, sometimes you get more than that, but it depends on how long you have invested, because you need to, some of my investments have been up to 5 years, so it's not something, it's something that I put some investment there and leave it. I don't really touch it, you know what I mean? So I don't sometimes, the only thing I do look is sometimes when I get a return in terms of the dividend. So sometimes, evidence showing that we can get up to 7% return. Yeah, but it depends on how long you are willing to leave your stock market. Leave your investment. It's not something that I invest today and resell it. Though in Africa, also in Nigeria, sometimes I do buy some stock and resell it. Due to Nigerian stock market, there's a lot of volatility, and the economy is not steady, so it goes up and down. But here in UK, in terms of my investment, I leave it for long time. That's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I understand your investment perspective, but it's a good way for both of us, because at the end of the day, the only thing that we are just looking at to fish from the same river.
Yes.
Just a different approach to it. Yeah. So currently, if someone was to want to trade in the stock market, currently someone who is new and doesn't really and is looking to make a living out of it, let's say 10 years, 15 years in time, like how much would you encourage someone to invest in a year and make it
the way I invest is really, I work here in UK, so I put some, more than 10% of my earning on monthly basis. So it's more, sometimes I put more than 10%. Some people will say 10% is minimum, but it's sometimes it really depends. I put sometimes 20-30% of my earning, some income I'm getting from side hustle, I put it to investment. So you need to, first of all, think about how much you are getting, your income, then think about all other expenses you have, like other family expenses, so these are the things. But the way I do it, I need to make sure that I pay myself is making sure that I channel some money towards investment, minimum 20% of my earning on monthly basis towards my investment, and I don't look at it. So sometimes 1 year I have not actually, I have the ETORO account, I have an account with Vanguard. Sometimes I don't look at it, but I know that on monthly basis, anytime I get paid, that income will go there towards investment. How do you do? But as a day trader, it's probably different in how do you go about it?
As a day trader, usually we are looking at the minimum changes. We are just looking at for flash changes, anything that changes. That's just our profit. So if there is a change in $1, $2, that's a profit for us. So usually it's better if you are a day trader to invest a lot of money. Usually starting with $1,000, that's I think the minimum you can just invest for you to really see something, because you're only trading for a day. You're not trading for a long term. Only trading for a day, and tomorrow is another thing. You are going to look at a stock that is promising for you for that day. So 1,000 is something that is better, because at the end of it, you can manage at least to control your risks. So you can put your risk maybe at 5%. Whenever it goes down 5%, you close your trade. Or so in a day, or take profit. You can put take profit whenever your stock has risen by 10% in that day, in terms of leverage. So it's all about first management, risk management, which is very important. We pay much attention to that. It's our day-to-day thing. That's the most important thing that we put in. Money is there in stock trading, but at the end of it, you need to have as someone who is just all the money that you take, you need to invest them in solid businesses, because at the end of it, this is the most risky thing that you can ever do in your life. You can have as much experience as possible, but there is just a time when certain things are beyond your control.
But I just wanna come in, because you mentioned about the risk. There's nothing, in life what someone is doing without risk involved. This is one thing you need to, this is something that I realize, and also trying to make this, let people know that in life, whatever you are doing, there's a risk, but it's about taking a calculated risk. But it's about also minimizing the risk. Like, this is the reason why I'm a value investor. Investor in the sense that, you map up some certain percentage of your income towards investment. You invest in a company that inside out. Company that have done the necessary fundamental research. The company that I know that, the management team, so there's a track record there. They have paid dividend for donkey years. So these are the things that are, some of the criteria, some of the things that I'm doing for me to, before I invest my money in particular company. So I need to check the management team, check the track record of the company, check the company with good fundamental, check the records, and Warren Buffett will said to you that you need to have a company that have a good moat. What that means is making sure that the company is also the company that's the potential that company will grow up, is growing. These are the things that I do. It's also things that I look into before I invest my money. But also the thing I also want to mention is really the way you minimize the risk is by making sure that you are doing the necessary fundamental research. You know the company inside out. Then also you are there in the long run, because the longer you are there, the better is for you. The longer you are in the market, the longer you are able to insulate, the longer you're able to navigate the ups and downs, because the market is cyclical. Market is up and down. There's a volatility in the market. And for you to minimize that volatility, you need to be in there. So you need to be in the market. Instead of chicken out is me, you running away. Or taking all your money and running. Whereas you're supposed to be in the market. What strategy are you using?
As
a day trader,
as a day trader, I focus most on technical analysis.
Okay.
We are looking at the lows and the highs. We are looking at the candlesticks, how they have been opening and closing.
Yes.
Those are the things that we really pay much attention. It's rarely that we do pay much attention on news, but we do sometimes. Before you enter, you check in some reports, daily reports about. But mostly we have to set out our strategy using the technical analysis, where we draw our patterns and predict where it's likely to go, and then put in our money in there.
Yes.
The only thing that I have also wanted, there's a lot of people who want to trade in this market. They feel it's not risky, and there are a lot of people who tell these gurus, whatever, who are busy creating courses online just to trick people to pay for them, saying it's very easy to trade in these markets. One thing I would say is anyone can trade in this market, but it's not easy. You have to really put yourself like in a learning phase. You have to really pay attention. You have to really, there's a lot of free information out there. Even those people who pay for these things for you to learn about trading, investment, I feel they are wasting a lot of their money, which they can use to buy stocks long run. Instead of paying someone, you pay someone $500,000 just for them to teach you how you are going to trade in the stock market. Actually, they give you the fundamentals, which how to open an account, which is very easy. How to look at all those information are there on various YouTube videos, various blogs and everything. You know, there's always free information out there, but people are always out there thinking it's just they have to be given information from these people who feel like they know, but actually some of them they're not even traders.
Yes, exactly. This is actually the reason why I focus more on investing, because the more you are doing a day trade, okay, they are charging you money, so you are paying a lot of fee, okay. But the platform I'm using, sometimes ETORO, you know, for instance, is free. You can buy stuff without you know, them charging you. The same thing applicable also VANGUARD. You know, for you to buy an index fund from VANGUARD, the fee is 0.25%. You know, so it's very little. So you are not actually, you are saving a lot of money by, you know, investing in the long run. But being a day trader, you know, you are paying money on daily. So they are charging you, and this every day. Every day. This is the reason why myself really I go into investing, you know, instead of being a day trader. But although I know sometimes, you know, you can actually make money from it, but you know, in the long run, I look to invest in the long run, you know. So this is why I like to go into investing. Also what makes you go into investing? I mean, going to being a day trader or trying to trade.
The thing is that at this moment, I have financial goals, which I have short-term and long-term financial goals. That's the thing. So if I was to, right now, I'm running other businesses as myself. I run an agency where we create content for various people. I run that the firm. So I have to be able to, when I trade in those markets, I use the profits that I get from those and pump them into my business to help it to grow and expand, which is something that I'm looking for. So in long term, I'm also looking into investment, but for now, because I need the money as much as I need it almost on my daily basis. So it's something that I need to have money, almost a lot of money every month. So I need to do the trading for me to sustain all those expenses, because running a firm, running a marketing agency, running a content production firm is not easy. You have a lot of, you have to buy cameras, videos, you have to purchase a lot of things.
Equipment.
So it's not easy. So you have also, maybe there is a month you haven't really been paid by your clients. You have to pay people who are working for you. It's all those things. So
it's something
that's the thing why I'm to have money for me to run the business on to day-to-day expenses, to meet day-to-day expenses. But in future, I'm looking also to long-term investment. But for now, I feel my goal for now is for me to have first solidify my business. Once my business is solidified, I think I can have now enough money for me to pump into long term. But for now, I need to manage which will enable me to have the business run day to day, meet day to day expenses. which is very important.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, in terms of my expertise, in terms of investing, is something that I'm very passionate about. I mean, you look at to earn an income from one source is not enough here, especially living in UK, and also, you know, investing is really about putting your money where it will work a lot hard. If you understand. So this is the reason why I like that platform. There's also so many other avenues where you can make an income, but apart from employment's really kind of you are, you only go to you have limited amount of time. We have limited amount of time, and time is also an essence. So if you go and work, do 12-hour shift a day, do this in maybe work 20 days in a month, and getting paid tax. So you need to pay the tax and everything, national insurance number here in UK, then before you get paid. And also then after you get paid, all other house bills and stuff like that. So there's no enough income. So you need to find a way to make an income where you put your money where it work hard for you. So this is the reason why I go into investing in the stock market, because the return, evidence have shown that the return in the long run is more beneficial. This is the reason why, but the other ways where one can also make an income, like investing in property, real estate, but the idea is really about finding the particular platform you are using, also making sure that you are doing the necessary fundamental research, but also trying to find the particular person, what you value or what your value are, what you are trying to achieve, or the goals. This is the reason why investing in stock market as a platform, as a tool where one can utilize to increase his or her income potential. How do you see it?
I see it the same way. It's something that we need to. It's just something that helps us to have a learning stream of income, because you can't really depend if you have not invested more than $1 million in a stock market. You can't sit and say I'm okay, or maybe you haven't invested $100,000. You can't say I'm going to be enjoying the dividends, because it's only to pay you maybe some few bills. But it's also a side hustle, because you have money in there seated, just bringing you something which is okay, which is better.
Yeah, but also I want to mention that sometimes it's not really about having so much amount of money. It's about making tiny step. This is something that I realize, also something that I'm doing, because there's this author called Atomic Habits. James will tell you that it's really about making a tiny change, small little change. It's tiny, little change. You are getting. It do make a difference. There's this company called Tesco here. It will tell you every penny counts. So even if, because in England here, I'm telling you that you can't actually pick. Nobody will give you any £1. You can't actually go to the street and pick £1, or somebody to give you a pound. So really, so it's about making sure that appreciating tiny change you are getting, is something. So it's something that it's not a waste. It's really about putting your money where it will work a lot hard. Even if you are getting £1, £10 or 20p, or any amount you are getting from there is something. This is the idea.
Exactly. So for how long have you been trading in this market, like the stock market? When did you actually see the opportunity into trading into this market?
It's something that I started from, actually it was 2015 full time. Yes, 2015 is from when I was in the uni. One of my classmates actually is the one that introduced me to because sometimes when you are investing here, it give you opportunities, though they don't teach you about how to invest or earn money, but you meet other students who have the same aspiration or will discuss particular topic. So this gentleman, one of my classmates at the time, shows me the platform he was using. So it's the one that introduced me to Vanguard and also to ETORO. So and since then I've been using this platform and also Chance Direct. So there's so many platforms to use here in UK. Likewise in Nigeria is also the one that, because this gentleman is also from Nigeria. So it introduced me to other platforms that I'm using. In Nigeria, I use List Direct. So there's so many other platforms you can use, but you just need to make sure that you don't do your necessary research about the stock brokerage firm to use, and make sure the person is registered. Like UK here, they are regulated. Likewise in Nigeria, you need to look in the Nigeria Stock Exchange website and see the company that are regulated. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. For me, I have been trading. My first investment, I was also a long-term trader.
Yes.
At first, I was investing. So my first investment was actually in 2017.
Yes.
Yes, I had to make my first, but I had just left it. I was just so curious. By then, I was someone who was into economics a lot, studying the markets, current markets, but I wasn't really sure how these things work. But I had, I think, a $50 which was just lying around. So I was like, okay, let me just try to put it in there. But I checked after I think it had. After that was, I think, in 2018, it had almost risen to about $75 somewhere there. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. But
it's good with it. Like eToro, you can actually invest $50. You can actually invest $50, less than $50 in a particular company.
Yeah.
You can buy Amazon share, Facebook. You can actually invest in this company with less than $50. So this is really a big platform. This is why I use eToro, and with minimum fee. You see. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the first thing when I invested. That was 2017. 2018, I had seen my stock growing and bringing dividend. It was something that I thought, okay, this is an opportunity.
Yes.
But later on, I went to university and I had to start now.
Yes.
Going deeper into understanding the monetary, the stock market, where I had to financial markets. So it was something that then I realized, okay, at this moment, I have long-term goals and short-term goals. So for me, I have short-term goals in which I have to invest money, make some quick money, and use it to operate on my day-to-day basis. It's a hard side hustle for me. Then I have the long-term goal in which for me I'm planning to start. I'm trying to open another account where I'm only just going to be investing money, which I just need to buy long-term stocks, which I can't disturb that one. Maybe 10 years, 15 years, learn 20 years, 30 years. Yeah, but for now, I'm looking into something that brings money for me to run my day-to-day businesses.
Which is understandable. Sometimes with stock markets, really, it's about understanding your risk level, understanding how old are you, your commitment and financial goal and financial commitment, which is very important. It's crucial to know where you are for you to know where you are heading. So if you have a plan and say, okay, this is what I'm aiming, this is the plan I have, this is how I'm gonna execute it. So it's really good. I like the idea that you have a plan, what you have in mind, and also you also planning a few years time, open up account where you invest in continuously, because this my idea, if you have family commitment and all that, so it's really about investing that in a long run. Evidence show that so it's something that I would encourage a lot of people to go into. If you have the money, or no matter amount of money, really, it's about understanding that no amount of money that is Minimal. There's no amount of money that is, there's no hindrance there, especially people who live in a diaspora. But I don't know about Africa. There's a minimum. I think there's a minimum you can invest with. But over here, like a platform like ETORO, once you already starting minimum, you can buy Facebook share with $50. Likewise, Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is that in Africa, it's usual for you to, most of the time, even as Africans, it's rarely that we even buy the stocks that are even based in our continent, because it's very hard, because for you to in fact buy stocks, you find that they are not really digitalized. That's a major problem. You find they are not digitalized, that you can access them anyhow. Usually, for you to access, you have to have very good link to a particular company or something, right, for you to be able to buy stuff.
I think maybe, I think maybe that's from Zambia, but Nigeria, though in the years back, my dad used to have like a, they have to have like this frame with the stock market certificate. But these days, everything has gone into digital, like, investing in Dangote Cement. A lot of companies, who are listed in stock market in Nigeria are digital. So even myself living in UK here, I invest in Nigeria. So I do this just by logging into, by logging into their platform. So a lot of people who have not done this, they can check on my video. I think I made a video how step by step how one can invest in Nigerian stock market. It's a video I have on Vinet TV. So it's something that I'm doing, that I want to share with other people, because sometimes knowledge is the new money. People don't know about this, but it's about sharing ideas, giving people, telling people that this is possible. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the other thing is that how do you feel about this? There are a lot of people who would want to put their money into investments, stock investments, but they don't really trust online platforms that they do pay or something, because that's the thing that's there in most African countries. Most people don't believe in these online things. They only believe in things that are physical.
Physical, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I can understand someone who are not conversant or who are not into digital economy, somebody who have no access to internet. Sometimes if you tell somebody about it, sometimes they will be skeptical, sometimes they will be thinking, whether what you are saying is correct, but it's about creating awareness, about teaching, like how we are discussing this right now, is about telling people that it's possible. Because sometimes seeing is believing. It's about creating awareness, about sharing ideas with people, making it for people to know that it's actually possible that you can actually invest. Some people actually don't know there's something called Nigerian Stock Exchange. Even here in UK, some people don't know about this, that you can actually invest through Nigerian Stock Exchange. Likewise, some people don't know that, anything about stock market. Even my work colleagues, sometimes I ask them, these individuals, they believe just go to work, earn their income, and spend it. But sometimes it's about education. It's about education. It's about education. I mentioned this about people you associate with. Sometimes it's really about, because it's better, put it in this way, it's better for you to read books, right? Trying to understand what other people have done, what other successful people have done, how do they make their money, for you to replicate it, or for you to try to emulate them. You see where I'm coming from? So I'm someone that I'm kind of a person that read book a lot. I read book about personal development, I read book about personal finance, I read book about entrepreneurship. It's something that I'm very passionate about. So it's about, for people in Africa, what we need to do is about, like we're discussing it now, it's about doing this, sharing this information more often, telling people that it's possible, telling people that, having a telephone. You remember, a lot of people don't actually have phone as well. People who don't have phone, how can you access knowing there's something called Vanguard, or you can log into ETORO, or you can log into, Lease Capital, or you can log in all these platforms for you to, that are linked up to stock exchange right here in UK, or link up to New York Stock Exchange, or link up to Nigerian Stock Exchange. Do you see? So what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I think knowledge is really something that is very powerful. I think it's even a greater thing that you have this platform. At least you are giving a lot of people the knowledge that they need. Some people don't even know that there are some free stocks that are there, like
Yes.
Weibo stocks
Yeah,
that
we
are
boost. Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Exactly. So all those, you can start from anywhere. Investment starts from nothing. You start your
Yes.
business from zero.
Yes.
So you can buy stocks, you can get stocks. All you need is knowledge. That's the
Knowledge.
thing that,
Knowledge.
yeah,
That's what I said. Knowledge is the new money. But
yeah,
also it's about people you associate with. If
yeah,
you have this knowledge, but also it's about being curious, being open-minded. These are the
yeah,
things, it's about reading books as well, because if you are open-minded, if you have positive attitude, if you thinking, but also people you associate with, because they say birds are the same feather flock together. So if you are following people who are entrepreneur or people who are into business, you just ask them question, how are you doing? How do you get income? What else can you
yes,
do? Because it's about rubbing mind, it's about sharing ideas. If you have a good friend who are into entrepreneurs, I'm sure they will teach you one or two things. I'm sure they will, but it's about asking questions as well. This platform, Vinyl TV, is a platform we want to share with a lot of people, idea that is possible. These are the things you can do. You can associate with people, you can read, you can also internet. YouTube is a massive platform where you can get all this information. So thank you very much, Chooye.
yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. It's really nice talking to you today, sharing your perspective as a day trader, but also for me, sharing the ideas how one can invest in stock market is really a good thing. Is a way to go. It's something that I encourage a lot of people to do, but also bear in mind that what we are discussing here is our personal journey in terms of your money. There's a risk in stock market. Your income or your money is a risk, but you need to understand this. What we're discussing here is not about. It's not really about financial advice. So you need to make sure
Yes,
that you look for financial advice. But what we are here discussing is about personal journey. What we are doing in terms of where we put our money at risk. So you need to make sure that you have done the necessary fundamental research before you jump in, before you go into investing in stock market. Otherwise, yeah, you can actually lose money. So take this as not as an advice, but it's our personal discussion. Myself and Chooye is discussing today. Do you have anything to say, Chooye?
I just want to appreciate you for bringing me on board. It's a pleasure.
Thank
As
you.
a stock trader, I have learned a lot. I have grown up by trading and understanding the fundamentals, and
Yes.
to be featured in a lot of publications and other things. And I'm even now glad that I'm with you, and
Yes.
it's something that is inspiring me to help a lot of people, help them where they can put their money. It's not even, most people feel like for you to invest in these stock markets or anything, you need to have a certain level of
Level of
education.
income.
But
Yeah.
you can just go there, read a lot of books,
Yes.
research, and then you can be able to go there. I really appreciate for bringing me on board. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no worries, not at all. Like you said, investing is about looking for information. It's about also reading, but sometimes investing in index fund and like myself, I'm using an index fund. It makes it a lot easier for you because instead of looking for one particular stock, so with index
You look
fund you
at
buy,
both of it.
you look at a group of it, and it save you
Yes.
income. So it's really about looking for information. But this information is out there for people to know, but it's about making sure that you are doing the necessary fundamental research by yourself, before you venture. You can invest with little amount of money. So what actually matters is about that individual is making a difference. You are putting something there on daily basis, on monthly basis. Before you know it, there's something called compounding.
Yes,
Compounding is
yes.
so there's something called compounding effect, and you can't underestimate the power of compounding. This is something that one needs to understand. All right, my good friend Chooye, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. For everyone who would want to know more information and everything, you can just go to vineotv.com. You can check, there's a lot of information that's there on personal finances.
Yes.
Everything that you do, you can follow this channel. You're going to learn a lot in personal finances and everything that will help you grow financially as a person, because we are always learning.
Yes.
That's where money is. Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, my good friend. Thank you. We'll catch up later. Thank you.
Thank you.